Hey, is this thing on? Statutory disclaimer, opening statement. The Zama the Destroyer show is for iguanas only. Tail whip and claw your pet humans until they get the hell out of the room before you listen. This show is not intended for lesser sorts of creatures like humans, ferrets, other mammals, and fur-bearing assorted scum, birds, frogs, fish, snakes, tarantulas, or geckos. Damn right, no geckos. You hear me? Go away. Stop listening. Stop bothering me. And I'm definitely not going out with you no matter how much you can save me on car insurance. All right. Are they all gone now, all them undesirables? Okay, then we can begin. Howdy, you are listening to the Zama the Destroyer show. This is a podcast by an iguana for iguanas, talking about important iguana stuff and issues. I am your host, Zamo. Well, duh, of course. I'm sure you know me from the comic I used to be in, Zama the Destroyer, but if not, shame on you. And, you can catch yourself up at zamathedestroyer.com when you're done hanging your head in shame. So, it was Halloween this week. You know how that goes. Friggin' monkeys buying tons of candy, and instead of sharing it with their iguana pals, they give it out to little monkey kids dressed up in stupid outfits who come begging door to door. And they give it all away for free. Don't them little monkey kids have big monkey parents who can give them candy instead? And my pet monkey, Georgie, well, I tried to get her to share some Smarties with me. She snatched them away on the grounds that the vet says I can't have them. Like his monkey ass would know better than me what I can and cannot eat. But it gets worse. So she buys all this stuff, Twizzlers and Tootsie Rolls and mini Snickers bars and little Smarties boxes and mini bags of chips, boxes and boxes and boxes of the stuff at Costco. And then they all get heaped into big metal bowls by the door. And she oohs and ahs and all the little monkey bratlings coming in the door in their retarded get-ups and chats with their mommies about how creative the costumes are. Them costumes are mass-produced in China and bought on sale for $15. How creative can they possibly be? Also, the front door keeps opening as she does this, so it's getting drafty in the living room. I had to tail whip her and claw her ankles to convince her to at least light a couple logs in the fireplace so Iggy could stay toasty. I mean, if she insists on giving away the candy stash, the least she could do is stand outside the front door herself and freeze her tailless ass on the front porch so Iggy doesn't feel a draft, but hell no. The worst was when this toddler comes up to the door being carried by its mommy. The toddler was dressed as Godzilla. Sacrilege, I know. It's a disgusting affront to us iguanas and all lizard folk in general. Also, I say if you can't walk or waddle up the doorway yourself, you ain't earned no free candy. Lazy humans. Anyways, what does Georgie say? Oh my God, he's so cute! And Georgie gave its mommy 4 Mars bars for it. So, it's dressed up like a lizard for an hour, and oh my God, so cute. But I am a lizard. And I get nothing for my continual cuteness? Ugh. Apparently, the magic phrase is trick or treat. But when I tried that, Georgie patted me on the head and said, "You have to be wearing a costume, Zamo." Stupid monkey rules. But I get me an idea. I go to her sewing room and I grab a handful of black thread clippings from the garbage bin. Then I go to the kitchen and I rub my nose in some flour so it's all white. And I come back, I toss the thread clippings on my head like messy hair. Okay, now trick or treat. What costume is that, Zamo? I'm 1970s Keith Richards, bitch. Give me your fucking candy already. Very funny, Zamo. You know the vet says you can't have any candy. Well, screw that. You said the rules are you gotta wear a costume and you gotta say trick or treat. Well, I put on a costume and I said trick or treat. Now you keep your end of the bargain. Georgie rolls her eyes and goes to the kitchen. She comes back with a box of raisins. This is not a box of Smarties as I demanded. But, well, I guess so. It was a compromise. Except she doesn't give me the whole box of raisins. Oh, no. She counts out 5 raisins from the box and hands them to me. cheap-ass bitch. So I ask, Georgie, what happens if you don't give one of them little monkeys a treat? Oh, well, then they can prank you. Oh, really? What sort of pranks? Oh, when we were kids, we used to throw eggs at houses or TP their yard, that sort of thing. Well, it's too cold for Iggy to go huck eggs or toilet paper at Georgie's house. But I got me a better idea. When Georgie wasn't looking, I went upstairs with her wallet to the computer, and I bought $700 of Depends undergarments on her visa to be shipped to her next week at her day job. But I didn't think that was a severe enough punishment, so I also signed her up for a bunch of porno spam email lists. And all the Viagra ones, too. And then I had my best idea. I did a Google search, and I found the perfect thing. I booked one of them banner-dragging planes to fly around the city for an entire week, letting everyone know that Georgie Davis has the mouth herpes. It only cost Georgie $6,400 on her emergency MasterCard. I say it's a public service announcement, and maybe next year she'll be a little more generous when Iggy says trick or treat. Anyways, I hope you Iggs had a better time trick-or-treating than I did. And that's it for this week's show. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes. Just search Zamo the Destroyer. But of course, if your monkey tends to snoop your iTunes, we don't want them hearing this show. So you go to my website, ZamoTheDestroyer.com, and you can grab individual episodes there or stream it or whatever. Talk at you again next week.